Good morning. It is Sunday of the 2018 Run Disney Star Wars Dark Side Half Marathon Weekend, and we just got back from the half marathon. Had a little coffee in bed.
It's warm.
It's warm, yes. Mm-hmm. And it didn't rain. There was no lightning, no thunder. We were a little worried about that.
But actually, a little disappointed.
Well, yeah. A little rain might have been nice. It was a little hot. Can you see?
Yeah,
very
hot. Very hot.
We
literally just got into the room, just finished, got into the room, put on our pajamas, are in bed, and sitting for a little bit. Because that's what we do. Because what do we say?
Sitting is good.
Sitting is good.
And sitting out of wet, gross clothes is even better.
Yeah, they were nasty.
It was a little bit of a vertical swim today.
It was warm. It was humid. I don't know what the temperature was, but I'm from Connecticut, and it hasn't gotten over 40, so anything, above 60. I think it was 65 and up, right? Yeah, we haven't seen the sun in many moons.
The sun really didn't come out, which actually was sort of the saving grace of today.
Yeah.
Honestly, because if the sun had come out, it would have been really ugly.
So today was the third race, and the third race of the Star Wars Dark Side Half Marathon Weekend, and the second race of the First Order Challenge, because I don't know what is going on with Disney, but they are renaming everything, and I'm like, what are we running? Because some guy was walking by.
First they got rid of Dopey for the 5th anniversary of Dopey. Yeah.
Oh, no, Dumbo.
Dumbo, yeah.
No, but and then made it the Pixar race, and I was like, ugh. But anyway. So apparently we ran the First Order Challenge, and that's when you run the 10K and the half marathon. And we also completed the Castle Challenge, which normally is when you run a race, the Star Wars race in California and then in Florida.
By coastal racers.
But since they postponed or canceled all the races for 2018, we had to do a virtual, and then we received the Millennium Falcon.
So we looked at the virtual. They gave out the virtual medal at Packet Pickup. So if you haven't seen that, we talked about that on
the 5K.
The 5K video. But if you did that and you did the virtual, then you got your Kessel Run.
Yay!
And once again, big medal. Really
the
heavy.
Best. And it's also, you can use it as a bottle opener or a wrench. So it's multi-purpose.
And then, let's see, medals from today. So.
Well, let's do the 5K. Let's do them in order.
Okay. So 5K?
Ooh. And notice how these are actual medals. They're very substantial.
They're heavy. Yeah, you could hurt somebody with this sucker.
Ooh.
So are you sensing a theme?
Yes. The half marathon.
Yeah.
Ooh. Whoops. There you go. And then the challenge, Kylo.
So I thought the helmets were actually really kind of a cool.
Yeah, I like them.
Thing.
I like
simple,
them a lot.
But I liked them. Yeah.
Yeah, anything with Star Wars I like. So
yeah, but I thought the design
cool.
was kind of cool, kind of simple. So.
I like it. I like it a lot.
So we started this morning, in the last Corral again. So we got up.
Oopsie.
We had the alarm set for 3, and by the time we hit snooze 7 or 8 times, we got out of bed about 3:15.
No, 3:30.
3:30. Well, we were downstairs by 3:40.
Yeah.
It only took us 10 minutes.
We got up at 3:30. I know for a fact we got up at 3:30.
So apparently it only took us 10 minutes to rest.
But we set the alarm for 3.
Got on the bus, took the bus over to the start at the Magic Kingdom, and it wasn't even 4 o'clock, and we knew we were starting from the last Corral, and we didn't want to get off the bus, so we jokingly sort of asked the bus driver if he was just going to make another loop and come back, and if we could stay on the bus, and he was like, okay. So we ended up taking what was the last sweeper bus, and so we originally just went from Boardwalk to Magic Kingdom, and on the last trip around, we went Boardwalk, and then we did Swan and Dolphin, we did something else. Yacht and Beach. Then we came back to Boardwalk.
And then back to the Magic Kingdom.
Yeah, so we got
That was wonderful.
We
had
an
loved
extra 45 minutes worth of napping on the bus, and we only picked up 2 other people. So it was like a
it was a limo service.
Bus nap. Yeah.
It was totally worth it. Loved it.
Yeah.
Loved it. I wish, my only regret is that I didn't move from the double seat and go all the way to the back of the bus and laid down, that would have been like a real score. But no,
well, we didn't think it was going to be 45 minutes, so
it was.
It ended up being perfect because
we were sat.
We still had to sit for an hour and a half in the corral.
Yeah. So we got there probably around 5 when they were ushering people into the corral.
Aggressively ushering people into the corrals, yeah.
And since we were in Corral H for...
Hooray, we're last.
If you are ever in the last corral, doesn't matter. They just let you in. They're like, whatever. They don't even look at your bib number or anything.
They're like, if you're dumb enough to be up this early.
Yeah, which is hilarious because the higher corrals you go, the more aggressive they are. We're making sure, They're like, corral police. But anyway, they're just like, and our corral, it was really funny today because these people didn't look like, I think they're kind of like people like me who kind of were slackers and didn't put in their proof of time because there were people that were really in shape. And they were doing yoga poses and stretches.
There's a lot of pre-running and stretching and things like that you usually see.
High knees.
Yeah, you usually see on elite runners. We were like, wow. Meanwhile, we're sitting on the ground and we had like a buffet.
Oh my God, it was lovely.
Of snacks.
We had protein packs.
We had
a yogurt, a Chobani.
Yeah.
There was a Reese's peanut butter cup. We had some applesauce. Yeah. It was delish.
Yeah. So
we started in H.
Yeah, well, wheelchairs went off at about, 5:25?
5:28.
5:28.
Mm-hmm. And then Corral A went off at 5:30.
Yep.
And we didn't go off until around 6:25.
Yeah, so
a whole hour.
Yeah. So,
almost a whole hour. But
yeah. So
let's just call it a whole hour.
There was a lot of sitting. And so we actually started right in front of the balloon ladies. So we were in the back.
We were in the back of Corral H, and we started with the balloon ladies, and they're quite lovely.
We got a selfie with them before the race started.
They're quite lovely people.
And they're Death Star balloons.
Mm-hmm. They're really great. So, and it was hot and humid as soon as we started.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, let's do 30-30s, and then I'm like, let's do 15-15s, and then let's just see how we do.
Let's run until there's a bathroom, and that was option number 2.
Yeah, well, because we were sitting in that corral, basically we were up 2 hours before we really needed to run, right? And 2 or 3 hours. 3 hours.
We pottied before we went into the corral, but by the time we got to the restroom, and we did the one in Pandora.
Yes, we got to run through Pandora. So this course basically starts in Magic Kingdom parking lot where the old Speedway was. It goes down Bear Road, and then it goes past the sewage and waste treatment plant and into Animal Kingdom, into Harambe.
And there's nothing like running by the sewage and waste place on a humid day. It lingers. You can taste it.
I think that this race weekend takes all the bad sections of every other race and combines it together.
Like the greatest
and packages it in one little.
Greatest tourist hits.
Yeah. So we go into the backside of Animal Kingdom, past the contaminated animal section. Did you see that sign? It was like
quarantine.
Yeah,
animals.
Quarantine animals and the waste treatment part, and then the
Harambe Village,
of
smells is what
and then we went into
way.
Pandora, and Gail's like, I don't think we've ever been there. I'm like, no, Gail, we haven't. This is Pandora.
we were anticipating the bathroom that you get when you marathon course,
but
right?
Instead of taking a left, we went right, and so we went into Pandora the back way. And we took some photos, and we're like, oh, they didn't even have any blue people out.
No, there was nothing.
But
they did have some lady who was still standing around. Now, this was at what? This was probably 7-something in the morning at this point. The poor woman who has to hold the end of the line sign for Flight of Passage was out there with her end of line sign.
She was getting ready.
She was.
She was getting ready because park was going to open.
Yeah, poor woman.
Yeah. So, but good thing, brand new bathroom there.
Yeah, nice.
No one was in it.
Good air conditioning.
Very,
so that was
very lovely. So
yeah.
That was good. Good bathroom.
Yeah, good bathroom.
And then we ran through, in front of the big tree. It's the 20th anniversary of Animal Kingdom being open, so that's really cool.
Selfie. Yeah.
And then into Dino Land, and then we were out and into the big parking lot.
Yeah. So essentially,
running past Unicorn P.
Essentially, Unicorn P. essentially picked up the marathon course again.
Yep. The bad part of the marathon course.
And that was miles
6 or 7. Yeah, somewhere
right
around there.
6 on the end of that parking
Well,
lot.
let's talk about the character stops because we're going through all the parks and talking about the bathrooms. What was the first character
so we were
stop?
both excited about
I know. I think the first character stop was probably around mile 1, just after mile 1.
No, it was a long way again because we had that whole same conversation about. Like yesterday, there was a lot of nothing for a period of time. There was a lot of lights and sounds and stuff like that. But it was starting to get light by the time we were going, and so the effect was sort of lost on.
Yeah. We had done it last year, and it was in the dark, and basically they do the whole in Return of the Jedi, the Ewok fight.
So you hear pew pew and you hear all the Ewoks talking. So the Ewoks were actually the first one.
Okay.
And it was a little bit after
mile 1.
After mile 1, yeah. And then R2D2 was out there as well. And then they had the garbage dump,
the trash compactor from A New Hope.
And then there was some 501st people. They had the 501st sort of peppered all over the course. There was about
like
3 or 4
spots, 3 or 4 spots.
So there was the 501st, which was right before you went into Animal Kingdom, in the back, and then they had the Hoth area.
No, 501st is when you left Animal Kingdom.
Because then there's Hoth.
Yes, that was in Animal Kingdom parking lot.
Yeah, well, there's 501st before you went into.
No, that's on the way out, going down the hill and then going around.
Okay, so Hoth was in the parking lot. So that was up to.
There were stormtroopers in Animal Kingdom too.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then
So the Rebels again.
The Rebels were around mile 9 or 10.
Yeah, and
Darth Maul was when you go
same
into
place as yesterday.
Go into the backside of Hollywood Studios, and then they had 501st again, where Fantasmic is. Oh, look, a selfie.
Yeah, and then this was coming out of Studios. They were
mile 23 of the marathon.
First order.
I don't know what mile. It's been burned into my brain of the marathon course, so I know it's mile 23. Going into 24.
And then there was golf ball.
No, but then before they had the speeders. Speeders.
Yeah, same place as yesterday on the sidewalk. Yeah.
So let me just say, I think Run Disney phoned this in. Pretty good thing because we phoned this in too.
We did good. We started in the back. We finished in 3 hours and 1 minute. But like I said, we started right in front of
the Wimp Potty.
The Balloon Ladies Wimp Potty. But we also were there as it was yesterday. There was a couple decent pinch points on this course where you couldn't run if you wanted to. You just sort of trugged it along. So a couple of the on and off ramp places, and then the sidewalk.
There's not a lot of hills on this course. The major hills are the hills of Florida, which are the overpasses.
Yeah, the on and off ramps.
Yeah. But I thought that there wasn't a lot of character stops. I thought there were a lot of water stops and a lot of Gatorade stops that were really good. The volunteers were excellent as usual. They had a lot of movie screens playing the different scenes from the different movies. But other than that, it was kind of.
And the thing that gets to be a bit of a bummer is, if you do the challenge, it's essentially the same stops 2 days in a row, and so. Yes, you can sort of pick and choose what you stop at, but you're also essentially paying for the same thing twice.
And they also had the character stops out in the parking lot, which were the same character stops out that they've had the entire weekend.
Yeah.
So I guess they want you to do. I don't know what they want you to do. I'm assuming they want
you to show up at 2 in the morning and take your character stops
and just run and get out of the park.
Yeah.
But that's the whole point, and what sets the brand apart is being able to run through the parks.
But it's awesome that the 501st comes out every year.
Oh, they're the best.
They had some great costumes. There were all kinds of stuff out, and they're a good time. They like being out there. They like seeing everybody dressed up in their.
They like to show off their costumes.
Well, they like to see the runners dressed up too, because we've had them comment when we've been dressed up too, so they get just as excited seeing all the runners all dressed up as everything else. So I think that's one of the highlights, I think, of the course in the same when they used to do it out in California too, is having, those cosplayers out. They were great. So, like I said, it's an interesting course. Like I said, these are not my favorite Run Disney courses by any stretch of the imagination. And the humidity today didn't make it any better. The more distractions we could have had would have been better. Like a couple bands, would have helped. And I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, what they did was they piped in the music.
Yeah.
From Star Wars soundtrack, which is, I don't know. I mean, it
as much as we complain, we'll be back next year.
Well, it's Star Wars, right? Right. It'll be good in 5 years when they open up the land. I hope it's not a block.
Yeah,
that's all I'm hoping.
Bigger than Pandora.
Yeah.
Well, at least we'll remember the movie. I still don't remember Avatar the movie. So.
No.
All right. Hopefully, you had a good time if you ran today and you didn't sweat so much that you were dying.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know how your race was.
Tweet us your questions. Let us know, did you PR? What costume did you wear? How did you, did you get swept? Let us know what your feelings are on the Star Wars Dark Side Half Marathon weekend. Don't forget to subscribe.
And
right
vertical
there.
swim. It was the Star Wars Dark Side Half Marathon vertical swim.
New hashtag.
New hashtag.
Bye, guys.
Bye, everybody.